You ever heard of a labyrinth? One of those complex mazes that's super easy to get into but almost impossible to find your way out of? Well, for so many people, the world of Satta, our gambling, is exactly that. It's this intricate puzzle that pulls you in, and today we're going to try to understand how it's built. And that brings us right to the heart of the mystery, the central question we're tackling today. Why can't people quit gambling, even when they desperately want to? It's a question that, you'll see, goes way beyond just making a simple choice. So why does this happen? To figure it out, we're going to approach this like detectives. We're going to follow 3 crucial clues to map out this labyrinth and really understand the forces that are keeping people trapped inside. Okay, let's dive in. Our first clue isn't out there in the world. It's actually hidden deep inside the human brain. You see, the first part of this trap is a powerful game that the mind plays with itself. Now, this is where things get really fascinating. We've all heard of dopamine, right? That feel-good chemical in our brains. Most people think you get that chemical rush when you win. But with gambling, here's the twist. The brain releases this powerful stuff in anticipation of a win. The high isn't just about winning, it's about the possibility of winning. And that right there creates this incredibly powerful, self-feeding loop. You place a bet, your brain gets that hit of dopamine, you feel that amazing rush, and then what? You crave that feeling again. Pretty soon it's not just a desire, it becomes a compulsion, driving you to do it over and over, win or lose. On top of all that, our minds start playing tricks on us. You've probably heard someone say something like this: "I've lost the last 5 times, I'm definitely gonna win this time." That's a classic cognitive trap called the gambler's fallacy. Your brain is tricking you into believing that past losses make a future win more likely, but that's just not how probability works. It's a powerful but completely false logic. And then there's maybe the cruelest trick of them all, the near miss. You know that feeling when your number is just 1 digit off? Your brain actually processes that almost like a win, giving you a similar chemical rush. It's this powerful illusion that screams at you, "You're so close, you have to try again." But here's the thing. The mind isn't acting alone in this. For our second clue, we have to zoom out from the individual and look at their environment, this powerful and often invisible social net. And this social net is woven from so many different threads. It can be peer pressure from friends who are all playing. It can be a community where gambling is just normalized. It's just what people do. It also offers this false promise of getting rich quick, of gaining social status, or even just a way to escape from the daily struggles of life for a little while. And right here, you can see the huge disconnect. The perception of gambling is often all about glamour, excitement, and easy money. But the reality for most people, it's a dark spiral into crushing debt, loneliness, and completely broken trust with the people they love. This leads us to our third and final clue. And honestly, it's the one that often slams the trap shut. Once someone is in deep, they find themselves stuck in a financial swamp. It's like quicksand, where the more you struggle, the deeper you sink. It often starts with a single loss. Maybe it's big, maybe it's small, but it's a loss that hurts. A number like this just feels so cold and real. It doesn't just represent money, it represents security, opportunities, maybe even trust that's just vanished. So what's the immediate, panicked, gut reaction to that loss? It's almost always this single thought: I have to win this back. At this point, it's not about the thrill anymore. This is about pure desperation. And that's what triggers the most dangerous behavior in gambling. This kicks off the vicious cycle of chasing losses. You lose money, so you place a bigger, riskier bet to try and win it all back. But that usually just leads to an even deeper loss, which only cranks up the panic and the desperation to try just one more time. It's a downward spiral that just keeps feeding itself. So, we've followed the clues, we've seen the mind's games, we've looked at the social net, and we've waded into the financial swamp. This brings us all the way back to the labyrinth itself. Is there a way out? To even begin to look for an exit, you have to recognize what the trap is actually made of. See, it's not just one thing. It's the powerful collision of these 3 forces all working together: the psychological hooks, the social pressures, and the financial desperation. And this, right here, is probably the most important takeaway from all of this. The inability to just quit isn't a sign of weakness or a lack of willpower. It's proof of just how strong the trap is. The person is fighting a battle on 3 different fronts: psychology, society, and economics, all at the exact same time. Which leaves us with one last, really complex thought to chew on. Every single bet is placed with a sense of hope, right? Hope for a big win, hope to recover your losses, hope to change your life. So we have to ask ourselves, in the labyrinth of Satta, is hope the very thing that keeps you looking for a prize instead of looking for the exit?